Hello, everybody. I'm coming back on again because today is also on YouTube. It's Theme Thursday, which um, is it going on a trip or something like that? So I decided to come on for that, but I'm also going to talk about my health. So, because I know a lot of people don't know me very well, they don't know what I went through. I know I'm passing through. Sometimes I mention stuff, but I don't say much. Yeah. So first, I'm going to show Yuri again. So Yuri, this was like um, trip one, and boys were I think they could put clothes on that had vehicles, or yeah, they could have vehicles on them, and the girls had loveys. And well, I brought Yuri and her loveys. Yuri, her lovey is a kitty cat. One of them is a kitty cat. The other one is rather kind of, yeah, fluffy bunny that she has. So this is Yuri again. And yeah, very cute. I love her. So the other thing is, I want to talk about my health. So it's long, so yeah, the video might be a long video. Just to mention while I'm shoot, I dropped the picture. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh well. Alright, so I'll find it later. I could go do it without. Okay. So first, when I was little, okay, yeah. Whoops. Oh, my light fell down. Just a minute. Okay. So this was when I was little. A picture of me, and yeah, I was still very young then. That's before I had leukemia. Um, so yeah, I was very, very young, and at 9.5, I got sick. I got sick, and my father and mother brought me to the clinic, and the clinic I went through um, said that they thought it was asthma. So that was the one near my house, and so they got the pump and everything. But oh, and I had high fevers on top of that. So um, they brought me home with that, and nothing changed. I was still really, really sick. Um, so my dad decided he's not going to go because the Elmer Clinic is not the best. It's a small clinic, and you know. So he brought me to because I live in Canada, and that was in Elmer at that time. For people that live in Canada, they might know where Elmer is in Gatineau. So anyways, I was living in Elmer, and yes, Elmer is a small little, um, like a village, maybe small. It's small. It's not very big. It's tiny. And so he drove me to Hall. Also, Elmer Hall and Gatineau are not very big places in Gatineau. Anyways, and so my dad drove me to the Hall Hospital, Clinic, which did tests and everything on me, and they said, we don't know what's wrong, but it's critical that you have to bring her to the hospital right away. So my dad, worried, he took me in the car and drove me um, to the hospital, like speeding. The cop stopped him, and he told the cop, I have to get to the hospital. It's an emergency. My daughter is sick. So the cop said, okay, let me get. So the cop went in front of us to clear up traffic and help my dad drive me down to the Children's Hospital in Ottawa. Um, so then they did testing there, and that's where they found out that I had leukemia. So I was I stayed in the hospital for 13 months, I had um, blood given to me. I had radiation, chemotherapy, which I was really sick all the time. Um, Later on, I was not getting any better. So later on, what they did is, there was times that I was I was really really sick, and they didn't know if I was going to survive. Um, they gave me radiation, which was the worst of my life. Radiation. It was so strong, so bad that even my grandfather, um, which I call grandfather, he's a Dominican priest, so he's not truly my grandfather by heart, and so he said it was the worst time for him ever. Seeing me like that, he said I looked like a dead person, or dying, whatever. So white, he said, my face looked so sick. So that was 3 days of that, and then I um, I then I had my sister bone marrow, which at the beginning didn't work. So my grandfather was actually preparing my funeral um, because they didn't know if I was going to survive or not. And so like I said, at the beginning, her bone marrow wasn't working on me, so I was really really sick. And then at some point, my body started changing, and the bone marrow was working in my body. And so, um, I survived. And this was after, like, I got out of the hospital. I was 12. Yeah, that's after. Um, I do have to put pictures of me in the hospital. Yeah. Minute 10. Okay, this is one. This is me and my dad. There you go. There's me and my dad. That's how I was in the hospital. Really, really sick. No hair. Well, that's actually, I have a little bit of hair on that. But there was times I had no hair whatsoever. Um, and the whole thing takes away, like, you lose hair, you lose things like nails, you lose eyebrows, you lose everything on your body, hairs and stuff. Yeah, it's horrible. Um, after that, um, that seemed to damage my body to the point where um, I was never able to be normal again. Like, my body just, something happened. My body was never, I couldn't be normal, and they told me that I would not have as much energy as other kids. Um, yeah, and I struggled at school. When I started going back to school, I wasn't really back in school because I was still feeling really bad. Um, my mom had to bring, like, at that point I wasn't eating very much, so I had in a catheter that was in my vein. So my mom was giving me the liquids and the foods I need extra that I wasn't taking, the vitamins I needed in my body. So yeah, and so I was on that for a while, and then I got an infection, so they had to remove it. So then they're like forcing me to eat more, and that was another complicated thing. Um, but from that, I started having problems with my eyesight. So that's why I wear glasses. I started wearing glasses around. When I started school again after that, because I couldn't see very well. Then it also damaged my belly, so I have a small intestinal obstruction from the radiation when I was little, because I was in so much pain most of the time. I was um, home, school, home, and school, home, and school. I was never just at home. I was both. Um, so yeah, I was really sick. So yeah, so that's how it started. Where I was homeschooled for most of my life. also I've been in the hospital most of my life. I've been in and out of hospital. Um, because of my small intestinal obstruction. I've had 6 operations and maybe more. I don't know, because of other issues that I've developed in the years. So that was the beginning of everything. So, like I said, school, I've had a hard time in school. I even went to adult school to complete my schooling for nursing. I took nursing classes. I went in nursing, when you're doing a stage, it's called. I went and I've done it, and yeah, I had a hard time. It was hard. I did it anyways. I didn't complete my classes because I got sick and had to go in the hospital because I had the obstruction, which was really, really bad. So yeah, on this one I have a catheter on me. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'm going to bring it close up. It's like something taped on me. On my chest there, I have a catheter there. So yeah, so I had that for a little while. So I was able to go swimming and stuff, so that's why I was in my things. I have a lot more pictures. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so after that, trying to think. After that, yes, I had my instructions, and yeah, I was very weak though. My energy is not very high, except some people. Or I don't have a lot of energy like a lot of people. It's just not so. Then I had fibroids. I was yeah, I had fibroids at one point in my life. After that, all the stomach issues, I had fibroids. I was bleeding internally, and I didn't know. I was feeling weak and dizzy sometimes, and even felt like I could lose consciousness. I was tired. I was hot, and that time I think I was that before then. Yeah, I was in my adult days. No, I was okay before then. What has happened before then? Seriously, I'm just thinking right now. Okay, after that, oh yeah, okay. So around 20, I had, no, yeah, 20, at 20 years old, I had my son, Taylor. And my births were all premature. He's the most premature one I had. He was born at 6 months, and he was a pound and a half. And yeah, all my pregnancies were premature. He was premature. Gowan was premature. He was at 32 weeks, and then my youngest boy was 34 weeks, so he was the stronger one. You know. So after that, yeah, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, so after I had him, and yeah, because before that also, yeah, in my life, I also, when I was younger again, I was maybe, before I was 20, I was 16, something like that. I left my home where my mom and brother lived. My dad left before me. I was abused physically and by my mom, and the other sexually by my brother. Anyways, yeah, so I went through some hard times with that. I had the mindset of wanting to die most of my life. I wanted to die. I couldn't get out of that. So for a long time, I had that in my mind. So yeah, and then yeah, so then I said, okay, I had my son. Was another abusive relationship with the father of my son. Where I was living in the country, which I loved then, but my myself when I, oh yes, that's right, because I moved with my grandfather after, at 16. I moved with my grandfather and father, and so I stayed there for a while. Like I said, and then like I said, I had my son at 20, and I lived with this man that was abusive to me, and I had my mom that I called mom in those days because my mom wasn't there for me, she never was, anyways. But there was a lady that I called mom, and she helped me get him out. He got out. He didn't stay with me maybe a year and a half or something like that. He was out. Um, so I was a single mother. I took care of my son by myself and my health at the same time. I was lucky to have people there that could help me. So after that, other things happened in my life, which is not really important. Other people I was dating and stuff like that. After that, I met a guy that's named Mark, and he was a very nice guy. He treated me nice. We just became good friends. We're not connected like Kevin, my husband. So, I mean, we left on good terms. We're friends and stuff, and that's good. Then I had another, I don't know, before him I had another abusive, which is, like I said, I was another abusive relationship, but that didn't last. And so after that, after Mark, which was a really nice guy, and everything, I ended up with Kevin, which is the guy I married, which is the one that has my 2 other children. So we also had Gowan, which he named, because he asked me if he could name them, and I said, yeah, you can name them Gowan. And so I had him, and then I had Thomas, which was Esteban then. But anyways, now he wants to be called Thomas, so call him Thomas. And so, yeah, I had him, and all of my pregnancies had complications where I stayed longer in the hospital myself, because a couple times the doctor did things that was very invasive, that they had no choice within my body being weak and not really healthy, so they did things to me, so I had to stay in the hospital for a while. So there was times that I would leave at the same time my babies would leave, because I was in the hospital for that time. So after my 3rd baby, I'm like, no, I'm good, I don't need any more. And then what happened is I got fibroids after. So I was also bleeding internally, and that was when, I think it was after, I think it was after my pregnancies and after, sorry, before that again, sorry if I was, I had to move. I was with my son before Mark, and I moved from where I used to live in the country to my husband's parents' home. That's where we had Gowan, my second son. Yeah, and then we moved again to a shelter for a while, because his parents had to sell the home because they couldn't pay it off anymore, so they sold the home. So we had to find a place to live. So we ended up in a shelter, and then we ended up in this house here. In the shelter after, shelter apartment building. That's where I lost my son, and then we ended up here. So then I that's where the building is where I left my son, and here is, okay, I had my other son, which is Thomas now. We called him, we named him Esteban. He likes Thomas, so anyways. But he has both. He still has Esteban on his birth certificate, so we call him that. He's happy with that name, so I don't mind. Anyways, so then I would bring him to a babysitter, so that I could go to school and finish my school, and try to find something that I could do, because I couldn't do nursing. Like I said, I got sick, and then after that, it just didn't work out. So, and then that was what I wanted to do all my life, nursing, since I'm a little girl. So even before I knew before I was even sick with cancer, I wanted to be a nurse. So most of my life, but that didn't work out. And so I was trying to find other things. Like I went into bookkeeping and anyways, other things. Um, but anyways, and all the time I also got fibroids. Okay, so now I was bleeding internally, and I didn't know that, but I knew that my periods were going to be heavy, like really heavy. So my doctor was going to put me on some pregnancy that preventing pills, those that they help sometimes. But I ended up going in the hospital, and there was a day that I said I felt dizzy, I don't feel good. And my neighbor, which is a good friend of mine too, she called the ambulance, and I said, no, 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 I'll be fine. She says, no, you're not. You're going to the hospital. You don't look good at all. And that's when I found out that, yeah, I had fibroids. And then they asked me if I was thinking of having any more children. At that point, I was saying, no, I'm good. So they took out my uterus, so I can't have kids anymore. It's okay. I'm fine. I have my three. I have had my 3 kids. So yeah. Of course, there's the one that I'll never see in this life that I miss. But yeah. So yeah, I had fibroids, and so again in the hospital for that, and they also fixed some of my obstruction at the same time. So I was in the hospital for a while. Like I said, I've been in the hospital in and out. In that time, I just didn't say every single time I was in and out of the hospital. After that, yeah, so I had like small intestinal obstructions throughout that time. Um, and a couple of years ago, not that long ago, I had a very bad pain, and I ended up in the hospital for a month and a week because of intestinal obstruction, and because my body wasn't recovering as quickly as it would have. So at that point, when I was in the hospital, the doctor said they were thinking that maybe I might need to carry a bag, which was scary. It's not something I want to do, but maybe something I might have to do in the future. Oh yeah, and before that too, I had cancer again. I had thyroid cancer, but I know people know about that. My specialist physician told me that I had like a big lump here on my neck before, and she checked it, and she couldn't get liquid out of it, so she did a biopsy and found that it was cancerous. So she ended up saying to me, well, we'll take out both thyroids because we don't know if the other one is cancerous, and we don't want to take chances. So she took all my thyroid. Like I have a cut in my neck, if you see right here. Yeah, I have a cut in my neck. That's where they cut to take out my thyroid. So I take thyroid medicine for most of my life now. I have no choice. So that, and then my body also produces polyps inside me, and so that's another thing that that I have to deal with. I've been in the hospital 3 times in the last 3 months, and I'm going back in the hospital either sometime this month or next month, because they didn't call me yet. So they're saying that they want to do it a month before because they don't want anything bad to happen. And on top of that, I had to get my thyroid medicine stronger because it wasn't working well, and I'm not sure if it's working still enough because this week also I've been feeling weak, tired, achy. Yeah. Also on top of that, yeah, I have fibromyalgia, and maybe I'm starting to have arthritis on top of that. So yeah, that's my health at this point. Um, yeah, now I'm also uh, I get depressed. So I have chronic depression too. Um, so yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah, anybody of you like that works, I'm so happy for you. You don't have to deal with all this health issues and pains and aches and every day. You don't have to be sick every day or feel sick every day. So yeah, I'm so happy you guys can do what you can. And I'm happy for who I am. Even with the complications, I want to. I just want to keep going. Be a mother to my kids. Do what I can in my life. So and find things that makes me happy. So yeah, and so the dolls helps with that too. In my life. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say. Um, yeah, I don't think so. That's mostly what I wanted to say about my health. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Man, yeah, and my younger sister, my husband, and people that are around me um, have helped me throughout my times. My husband, there are times that he wakes up at night because I'm not in my room to find out to see how I'm doing because there's times I'd be walking back and forth here on the floor in agony, and to the point that sometimes I end up calling the ambulance and going to the hospital where they give me pain medicine to see if they can, because they'd rather give me pain medicine than operate because they've operated me so many times that they're worried, especially where my belly is. They've operated me so many times that they're worried about operating me again because um, when you get operated, your skin gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and so yeah. See, this is my cut on my tummy and my belly button right there. So yeah, that's how bad it is. Not bad it is, but that's how it is. And yeah, I've been operated many, many, many times. So yeah, I have another. I don't. Already offered me some other place. It doesn't show anymore. Anyways, I think I'm just rambling now. Yeah. So thank you for listening to my story. Hopefully, you like what I've said, talked about myself and what I went through. And um, yeah, I'll be back at some other time. Okay, bye for now.